Look at my outfit, so cute.
Oh, there. Maybe I also left because I felt bitter. I've been indirectly called fat before. Enough is enough. Hi guys, it's Angel here. Welcome to my channel, or welcome back to my channel. This is my first time filming in my new place. I've been delaying this video because life happened and I became busy. First of all, I did not leave SQ because I hated the job. It wasn't a rash decision and it wasn't done out of spite. Honestly, I'm very grateful for this job. Being a Malaysian living in Kota Kinabalu my whole life, I've never gotten the chance to travel the world. I just didn't have that privilege as a child. Because of SQ, I managed to travel the world, save some money, and buy things that I've always wanted when I was growing up. I was earning enough to be comfortable living in the most expensive cities in the world, which is Singapore. I'm able to survive here because of SQ. Recently, I could even afford a HDB. This is one of my biggest milestones so far, besides getting married. Okay, so without further ado, here are the reasons why I left SQ. The main reason why I left was due to my physical health. Ever since I started flying, about 2 years into my flying journey, I started to develop gastritis. I didn't even know that existed. I don't even know what it was until I was hospitalized a few times. So every year, I will go through this episode of going to the hospital and be on drips. So it is a pattern every year, and it seems like it was not going to go away. To add on to that, I also had gastric. So it was very disruptive for me because when I have to go to work and I feel sick, it's very hard to function. When COVID hit, I felt like my gut was the healthiest. I didn't have problems, I didn't have gastritis, because my day-to-day life was a routine. I had a schedule, I was sleeping on time, I was eating on time. Then when I started flying again, all the problems started coming back again. So I thought that I finally solved it, but it was because of COVID and being on ground that made me feel better. So that's when I realized like, maybe I should start thinking about working on ground. When I was younger, I could recover easily because I started flying when I was in my 20s. Actually, when I was 20 years old, I started flying. I could recover fast, I could make it for flights, and then over time, maybe after my 8th year of flying, my body cannot recover as fast anymore. So sometimes I have to go to work and then the gastric hits and I just have to tahan all the way with a smile, even though I was in pain. So I didn't really like that. If I already have these ongoing health issues, I feel like staying in this job will make things worse because you don't eat on time, you don't sleep on time, your body clock is hairwired, your body also hairwired. So I feel that the only way to solve this was to just quit this job because I am tired of all the weird timings of working. Sometimes I don't even have enough sleep when I work. So over time, flying for 10 years, it took a toll on my body. That's for me lah. So I don't speak for everyone else in the airline because I feel that everyone's experience is different. And it's just unfortunate that I didn't have a pleasant experience health-wise when I was flying. Reason number 2, my goals and aspirations have changed. When COVID happened, I started to reflect on what I really wanted to do. Do I want to fly for the rest of my life? If I die one day, will I regret not pursuing what I'm passionate in? So these were the questions in my head the whole time, and I just couldn't see myself flying long term, and I wanted to pursue something that will bring me fulfillment. I was flying for more than 10 years. I was feeling jaded, unfulfilled, and I was dragging myself to work. I know that I will feel less jaded when I do get promoted one day, but even so, I was already thinking about my exit plan when I thought of myself being promoted in the future. So I told myself that I needed a change of environment, and in terms of personal development, it was stagnant. I started to hate packing and unpacking my bag before and after flight. I used to be okay with it, but once I reached my 8th year mark, I felt like it was a chore. I hate it so much. As cliche as it sounds, I just couldn't see myself working for SQ long term. It's either I leave now, because the longer I stay, the more I won't leave, and I know that if I don't leave, I will stay unhappy. So there's no point staying. I could no longer bear working after midnight with no sleep or getting ready at 2 to 3 a.m. for a super early morning flight. At this point, I just wanted a routine job. So I didn't like the random scheduling, like every day is different timings. Sometimes you work after midnight, sometimes you work in the morning. Nah, enough is enough. I know this is a small thing, but I hated the fact that I needed to fit in my kebaya all year round, and I cannot afford to gain weight in that whole year. But the reality is, as we grow older, it's normal for our bodies to change and gain weight. So if I do gain some weight, I'll have to try my best to stay in the same weight, and if the kebaya is tight, I just have to tahan and wear the same kebaya until 1 year later when I go for my next tailor appointment for my new set of kebaya. The kebaya is pretty, okay, it's very nice, it's very beautiful, but god damn it, it's so uncomfortable. And tight when you have to work in it for many hours. As you guys know, SQ have their own beauty standards, which is if I were to be super blunt. And not to shame on them or whatever, I was also skinny when I started. I was like 47 kg. I was so thin. I don't know how I managed to get to that weight, but somehow I did. Then over the years, I have been told that when I sit, I cannot have a Michelin stomach. You tell me who the fuck sits down and don't have a Michelin tummy? Like, even the most skinniest person who sit down has rolls, okay? It's normal. I've been indirectly called fat before. So I'm highly aware that I do not conform to the SQ beauty standards. For me, as long as I can fit the kebaya, that's all that matters to me. Ever since I left, I felt so relieved because I no longer have to conform to any beauty standards. I can just be myself, wear whatever I want, and not worry about other people judging my body at work, because I believe that all bodies are beautiful. I've always felt like I was not good enough. But hear me out, okay, before you jump the gun. Maybe I also left because I felt bitter that I was never promoted for many years. Imagine if I stayed and wait for more than 10 years to be promoted. Isn't it ridiculous? I mean, honestly, if you think about it, 10 years to get to the next rank, that's quite a lot of years to fly before you can move on to the next rank. I was seeing my junior peers getting promoted, and I constantly questioned myself, am I not good enough? Don't get me wrong, I'm not trying to get your pity or anything, but this is just how I felt at that time. I couldn't help thinking that this was unfair. Am I not working as hard as them? Honestly, I felt unappreciated by the company and my efforts were not recognized. But in reality, you just need to know how to play the game. And somehow, I suck at it. I'm not gonna elaborate on this, but if you work for SQ, if you know, you know. Okay, so enough about why I left SQ. Let's talk about the good stuff, the things that I will miss when I'm not flying anymore. But if you guys have any burning questions, please ask them below. So the first thing I will miss, everyone knows this, I don't miss the work, but I miss the lifestyle. I miss staying in the hotel for free, exploring the country during my free time, eating food overseas that you cannot find in Singapore, especially Japan. Their sashimis are so fresh, you know, and their beef so nice, you know, things like that. And then what I will miss is, honestly, the work is very easy. The allowance is also not bad. If you're Malaysian and you convert to ringgit, it can be about 12k and above. Ringgit. I will miss my 20 days of leave. The only bad thing about that was we had to ballot our leaves 1 year before. So that was quite hard to plan, because anything can happen the next year, you know. Whatever you plan too far ahead, anything can happen. I miss working with colleagues that I have synergy with. I miss working with my friends. It's really very fun. I'm also going to miss the food overseas. I miss going grocery shopping overseas because you can find things that you cannot find in Singapore. I really miss that. And also, I don't have to worry about getting sick or injured overseas because it's all covered by the company. Yeah, so that's all the things I will miss from the top of my head. If you're watching this video and you're planning to leave your job, whether it's SQ or any other job, if you're on the fence about leaving, you're not very sure, don't worry about it. I took a super long time to think about whether I want to leave or not. On my 5th year mark, I was already planning to leave, but I couldn't find anything I could do besides flying then. But if the job you're in right now, whether it's flying or other jobs, if it's affecting your health or your mental state, it's about time to think about your plan B. Give it some thought, don't be too impulsive and rush into it. Lay out your pros and cons. If there's more cons than the pros, then you know what to do, okay? Don't stay. Then you have to figure out your next move. If you're thinking about quitting, have an ultimatum and at least have a solid backup plan or a new job that you can fall back to once you quit. My ultimatum was, firstly, I needed to collect my 10 years gratuity, collect my bonus, get my PR, and I tried to get a job before I resigned. Honestly, if it wasn't because of my health issues, every little thing I dislike about SQ, I can close one eye lah, honestly. But I really wanted to prioritize my physical health. It was very difficult, but it was the best decision I could ever make for myself. To be frank, now that I have left SQ, I still do not have things figured out yet. I just resigned from a job that I secured before I left SQ. But I do have another job now, so not to worry. I just hope that by stepping out of SQ, it could be a stepping stone towards discovering what my true calling and purpose in life is. Before I end this video, thank you for the 600 over subscribers. I see you. Thank you for your support and thank you for watching my videos. Thank you for subscribing and thank you for supporting me. It means a lot. Thank you. If you'd like to stay tuned to my new videos, please do subscribe and turn on the notification bell. Thank you for watching. Till next time. Bye-bye.